Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today from the New York Post, Dem Georgia Mayor 𝐀𝐦𝐿𝐵 mercilessly heckled over sanctuary city policies after disturbing murder of Laken Riley. Now, this is kind of a continuation of my initial coverage of this tragic event that happened here in my state of Georgia. Disturbing and troubling because Joe Biden's failure at the border, in my opinion, would cause him to be complicit and responsible for this. A Georgia mayor was brutally heckled at a press conference Wednesday over his perceived sanctuary city policies following the murder of nursing student Laken Riley, allegedly at the hands of a Venezuelan migrant. Well, there's any allegations. I know it is that way for the writer of the article, but here in Georgia, we already know what happened. You're a liar, one man shouted at Athens Mayor 𝐀𝐦𝐿𝐵, according to a report by Fox News Digital here. You're the one who is guilty and got blood on your hands for this murder, sir. Athens does not have any official sanctuary city policy, but 𝐿𝐵 has come under fire for what critics call a soft stance on immigration, including signing a 2019 city resolution that declared the county is welcoming to people from all lands and backgrounds. And that's completely fine if you want to welcome people, as long as they come in, as Trump says, legally, appropriately, not by the thousands a day into our border and then all distributed among our states. Because there are, well, I'm trying to explain it. The truth is that many of these countries are emptying their prisons, their mental institutions. They want to get rid of the riffraff from their countries, so they send them here to the United States so they can be the United States problem and not their problem. Now, that's not to be insensitive. I'm simply outlining fact. My mother is an immigrant. She's not a citizen of the United States. My mother is a resident of this country, so I totally understand and empathize with individuals who want to come to the United States to build a better life and do their business and do whatever it is they do when they come here. But we have a process. We have a procedure. And it's absurd to think that if anyone wants to try to blame Trump, it's absolutely outrageous. Because I can see here some of the people here protesting at the event that was held there in Athens. That's Clark County. You see here, Biden signs executive orders reversing Trump immigration policy. Now, this is from February, immigration policy, if I kind of mispronounce that. And you see here, U.S. President Joe Biden signed executive orders Tuesday to start to dismantle former President Donald Trump's restrictive immigration policies, including an attempt to reunite families that have been separated at the U.S.-Mexico border. Yeah, we had to determine whether or not the children that were with these people actually belonged to those people. What an extraordinarily ridiculous way of trying to frame that. As though, oh, we're just going to let them in just by their own admission. I mean, granted, we would like to believe, as we do here in the United States, that people with young children, if they're traveling and going about their business, we typically assume that they are a relative of that individual. But when it comes to the Mexico border, human trafficking, specifically, when it comes to human trafficking, which we know is happening, not to mention the drugs and other things that come in and how the cartels work, how the coyotes work. And remember, they mocked Trump over the whole coyote thing because, of course, it is a slang for individuals who traffic human beings. Are called coyotes. And the left was making a big deal about it, and then they got owned by it, and then they were embarrassed by, well, they weren't entirely embarrassed, but they got owned for saying that, mocking Trump for it. I'm not making a new law. I'm eliminating bad policy. Really? Well, your bad policy is getting people killed. It's getting drugs shipped into our country. And you can see here, Biden signs executive order reversing Trump's immigration policy. And then we have here from the White House, President Donald J. Trump secures a historical deal with Mexico to combat the crisis at the border. Opinion writers and commentators are praising President Trump's historical deal with Mexico to address the surge of migrants flooding across our southern border. New York posted editorial board Trump's big win on Mexico and immigration. All the hysteria over President Trump's latest tariff threat to Mexico proved wrong Friday as the two sides reached a deal that gave Trump what he demanded: much more vigorous cooperation and stopping illegal Central American migrants from traveling 1,200 plus miles across Mexico to sneak into the United States. So who was making an effort? Who was being ridiculed? Who was being criticized? Who was being mocked other than Donald Trump for trying to secure our border? Which it's important to note here that the president, as the executive, in the United States, holding the executive office in the United States, has control over the border. He can close the border. He doesn't need congressional approval to close the border. He can just close the border. And we know this because that's what they did during COVID. I'd welcome your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section. And, of course, your guys' support has been amazing. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for participating by engaging in the links I have down below, whether that be, if you're an Amazon Prime member or looking to get a VPN. All these things are all there to help you, to make it easier for you guys to support the channel, because I'm continuing to bring you these stories. I want to bring you these stories. These are important stories in 2024 because the election is going to be incredibly pivotal as we're watching Donald Trump continue to win across the board, across the states. Next Tuesday will be Super Tuesday. We'll probably do some coverage on that, of course, here on the channel. But I want to thank all you guys across New Tech, Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble, Minds, all of you who follow me on the main social media platforms, Twitter. I appreciate all your guys' support. And, of course, everyone here on YouTube. And, of course, I also want to mention those who do the super thanks, which is another way to help out the channel. So you guys have lots of ways to just kind of help out the channel. But to really help the channel out, liking and sharing and commenting is just as good. So I appreciate all of what you guys have done. But I do welcome your thoughts and comments down below in this particular case, as I think it really is going towards illustrating that Donald Trump, that Joe Biden has no control of the border. Now, the two of them, as of this recording, it is Tuesday, February the 28th. Tomorrow will be leap year, or leap day, I should say. Leap day. And both Trump and Biden will be at the border, which should make things very interesting for the two of them as Trump continues to surge and win across the board. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your continued support. Appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon. You guys can click on to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.